What is going on, guys? If you're thinking about modifying your Acura RSX, you're going to want to watch this video first. I'm going to give you the top tips when modifying these cars. I've been working on RSXs since I bought my first one in 2004, brand new, and I'm currently rebuilding another 2004 right now. So I do know a thing or two about modifying these cars. Let's get into the basics of what parts you should be looking for when you're modifying these. What are the best first mods? So first things first, let's give a little history lesson. Acura made the legendary Integra up until the year 2001 here in the United States. Starting in 2002, they replaced it with the Acura RSX and the Acura RSX Type S, aka the DC5, that's the chassis code, and it comes with the K-Series motor. So they started producing the RSX in 2002 all the way up to 2006, where they retired it. It came in different trims like the base, the Type S, and there were multiple JDM variants that we never got here in the United States. The base model had the K20A3, and the Type S had the K20A2, as well as the K20Z1 in the later models. Overall, the RSX is simple, it's reliable, and it's basically built like a tank. So the first mod that I always suggest people do on basically any Honda for that matter is suspension. I always recommend getting a good set of coilovers. Personally, I like to have suspension done before adding wheels. I don't like the whole 4x4 look, so I always recommend getting some coilovers, lowering the car a bit as the first modification. So if we're looking at coilovers, my number one pick and what I'm currently running in my 2004 Type S right now, BC Racing coilovers. They're built very well. I like the feel of them. I've ran some other coilovers in the past that were very bouncy, and the BC Racing coilovers are not bouncy. They handle great. It's a nice ride. It's not overly harsh. Highly recommend them. They're easy to adjust and lots of spring rate choices, and you can really dial in your stance. If you're looking for some other coilovers, we have the TN Flex Z. There's also the Buddy Club N+. Those are pretty good. So next up, after you do your suspension, I would recommend wheels and tires. Now, of course, we can't talk about wheels without talking about the Enkei RPF ones. They're lightweight, they're timeless, and I mean, they look good, and tons of people rock these on their Hondas. So if you like the look of the Enkei RPF ones, you really can't go wrong. Some other popular wheel options are the Work Emotion CR Kais. These are really nice wheels. Also the Graham Lights 57DR. Of course, we can't forget about the Volk Racing TE37s. And last but not least, what I personally run. Currently on my car, I have the Championship White JDM Type R wheels. Now, these do kind of have a funky offset. So if you do plan on running these on your US RSX, you will need, I think, 30 millimeter spacers, if I remember correctly, what I had to use because of the offset. Now, as far as fitment goes for wheels, a good solid choice would be 17x8 with a plus 35 offset. That's a pretty sweet spot. You could also go with a 17x9 with a plus 35, plus 30. This is a lot more aggressive. You'll probably need to roll your fenders a little bit. And of course, you could go with 18-inch, but in my opinion, 17s are really the sweet spot when it comes to these cars. Now, as far as tires, you're going to want to go with something sticky. Some solid suggestions that I have would be the Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4s, also the Continental Extreme Contact DWS 06 Pluses, and personally what I run are the Falken Azenis RT 660s. These are solid tires. You really can't go wrong with any of those. So that's what I would suggest for tires. Now moving on to the performance side of things, let's talk about cold air intakes. The K-Series motors love to breathe, and a solid cold air intake is going to sound amazing. It's going to free up some airflow, perhaps give you a little bit more horsepower, and is a solid first performance mod. Now, me personally, I prefer to run either the AEM V2 or the Engine SP cold air intakes. These are solid choices. They sound amazing. You really can't go wrong with the AEM V2 and the Engine SP. Now, of course, if you're going to do an intake, you should do a catback exhaust too, just to finish it off. Some popular options, you have the Skunk 2 Mega Power. I don't personally run one, but a lot of people do, and they like it. So me personally, I prefer the HKS high power catback exhausts. I've been running them for years. I love the way they sound. Another solid option. There's also the Greddy Evo 2 and the Buddy Club Spec 2, which again is pretty loud. Your neighbors might hate you if you're running the Buddy Club. Those are all good options for exhausts. And last but not least, let's talk about ECU tuning. Now, if you're just going to run intake and exhaust, you don't really need to tune your ECU. It's not necessary. Your air-fuel ratio is really not going to change too much where you have to worry about it. But if you start doing things such as a header, a test pipe, perhaps changing out your intake manifold for RBC manifold, you're going to need to tune your ECU. Now, for decades, the go-to tuning option has been Honda K Pro for the K series. It's solid, it's proven, and it's what I personally use. You're able to unlock your VTEC crossover. You can correct your air-fuel ratio tables, among many, many other things. The K Pro is definitely a good option. Besides the K Pro, if you want to go a little bit more advanced, I would recommend VTEC. They are very solid. Both of those are a great option if you're looking to get into tuning. Of course, with the K series in the RSX, really the sky is the limit with how crazy you want to go with mods. There's superchargers available. You can always go turbocharger. Really, the possibilities are endless. That's one of the reasons that makes these cars so great for people that are into modifying their cars. It is a really solid platform. Now, final thoughts. The RSX is an amazing car. It's reliable, it's fun, it's lightweight, it's got an awesome engine in it, and the sky's the limit as far as mods go. So if you're thinking about picking up an RSX, I say go for it. Try to find one that's clean. Try to find one that's not clapped out. It can be a little hard nowadays, but in the end, it's worth it. Hope these tips serve you well. I'm DC5 James, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.